Listen, My body is your body, baby. Nobody's invited but your baby. You know it's on now. Tell me what you want. Baby, put your phone down. You should turn it off. 'Cause tonight is going down. Tell your boys it's going down. We in the zone now. Don't stop. Don't keep your hands on me. Touch me right there. Rock my body. I can't keep my hands on you. Your body is my party. I'm doing this little dance for you. You got me so excited. Now it's just me and you. Your body's my party. Let's get it started. Boy, you should know that your love is always on my mind. I'm not gonna fight.
Hi, how is everybody doing? Welcome to the second live for Love Story. Are you feeling the love in the room tonight? Thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to hit that like button, hype the video, and leave a comment about our commentary down below. Ashley, are you ready to get into this relationship?
Absolutely, because I fear my opinions have changed, but I am absolutely ready to get into
Knew it.
episode 4.
Knew it, y'all. I knew it. Getting into what we know and these overall thoughts. Now look at here. I'm really loving this show. Aesthetically, I like this show a whole lot. I'm like, man, this is probably a little cute, short, limited series, and we're not going to be in this universe for long. This is such an immersive show. I was like, I would love to roll up on a weekly basis and see this long term for multiple seasons. It's so classy. There's something timeless about this little era of the 90s that they have us in. Like the music here, I love some music. Whoever is on, sound design and all those good things, they're doing their job. Baby. I be getting my life. I was getting my life those first 3 episodes, but we opened with some Madonna, and then y'all took me over there with Sade, and we ended with some cranberries, and then y'all put some soul to soul on that. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, I'm loving this. But just like with just even the stylistic choices, there's something classy and chic about the series. Like it's all minimalist. I was like, ooh, I just want to stay here. But I know that we're not gonna be able to stay here forever, and this is a cute little limited series. But with it being that, I love that we got some tea. I love that we got some tea because I told you guys after I watched those first 3 episodes, I don't know anything about either one of these people outside of the obvious. And something about Miss Carolyn, I was like, it's a little piece of social climber. I'm feeling bad because it's real romantic. I feel like I'm judging her. This was confirmation for me. I was like, oh, girl, take notes. Where is my pen and paper? Because baby is playing the game the correct way, and I'm loving to see it. Oh, it's immaculate. But I love how we got confrontation here, but it's so classy. It's so classy. There's something really decadent about the show, but in a quiet way, even though everybody here is really wealthy. I'm really enjoying this series a whole lot. Kudos to whoever's on the music. Ashley.
Listen, the fine leather goods are fine leather gooding. I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so good. It feels like you are literally being transported into the 90s. Like it is. It gives the air of like money, of like 90s New York money. And I've always said this about Ryan Murphy, and I do want to give him his flowers over there. He gets white wasp. He gives it every single time. He knows how to give Upper East Side. He knows how to give Manhattan. He knows how to do that in any era. He knows how to deliver that. And I'll say the attention to detail, the music. I was like, yeah, I fear Sade was one of those artists that, yes, even John was listening to. Even John was turning on some Sade and getting his vibes. I love this episode. I loved how we're kind of now immersed in the full-on relationship and how we're going to navigate it. I loved seeing Caroline check him every single moment, Caroline, his sister, checking him every single moment because he needed that. And also understanding that JFK Jr. had not a clue. you could tell he's been a hoe. He's been literally for the street up until this point, because he doesn't even know how to like approach a real woman. They're like, you like her, right? Like, she's different, right? Okay, then this is how you treat a woman that you really are interested in, since you're saying she the one and all. And then over there with Carolyn, I just feel like we're getting it. I was afraid that they were not going to go here. I'm so glad the show is going there, because it can become a really sticky situation, especially posthumously, to talk about people who are no longer here, who were either loved or hated by the public, whichever way. It's a lot. I think they are handling this beautifully. I'm proud of Ryan in this moment. He doesn't get too many accolades from me,
He ain't do
but
nothing.
I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna give it to Connor Hines, our showrunner, creator, and writer. I'm gonna give it up, because they're doing their biggest one over here, Tyra. They are.
They are. I'm gonna give it up to whoever said, "Go on, put Dolores on the track. We're ending off the episode with some cranberries." To say, "You look, y'all better do it, okay? Y'all give me everything that I ever needed." Like, I just need them to come through with some new shows, because there is no reason why I should be swallowed up and immersed in this universe so hard that I don't want to leave, even though I know it's temporary. But getting over here, y'all, it's swallowed up. It's real cute. It's real cute. I already knew the type of game that we were playing when we got down to the function. It was like, yeah. It was given, we never show up together, but I text someone I'm ready to go. It was very Megan Thee Stallion down at this function. Jug can barely concentrate, and Caroline got that wrapped. It's wrapped. We're gonna be in each other's space, but only we'll know that we're in each other's space. The need and the desire, and I think the chase is really new for John. We ain't had to chase nothing. We ain't had to seek out nothing. We didn't have to impress anybody. It was just enough to show up and be who he is. Baby girl here. I'm gonna get a little pen and paper and run this whole situation back as soon as I have time. As soon as it's over and it's wrapped, I'm running it back, because I like how, even though it's girl, but I like how she is playing the game and really trying to keep him at arm's length. Because I just knew that she was going to get really wrapped in the fact that, well, this isn't the model. I can't play these type of games. This is the John F. Kennedy Jr. I have to show up different. It's like, no, I'm going to show up exactly as myself and treat you the exact same way. And I'm going to deal with you in the way that I want to, regardless of your notoriety, this paparazzi. Now, it's framed at this point just as this is the relationship, and I'm just not ready for everybody else to know, because then it's out and we have no control. And the paparazzi, we can barely breathe in the same room without being stalked. Let's just keep it low key, meet up on the low, have our little tete-a-tete. Baby, they devouring each other. They just can barely keep their hands off of each other. It's all lustful, but it's like, it's all lustful just here in my apartment or your apartment. Outside of that, nobody needs to know I'm with you. Ashley.
Baby, she is a long con artist. I said, this is the long con. I said, this hoe knows exactly what she's doing over here. Because one thing about this actress, I believe Sarah Pigeon, playing Carolyn Bessette, listen, she is oozing sex. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to the body language, but everywhere she is, it's very much, I know you want to stretch me out. Let me show you what I look like stretched out, so you can just get the visual picture. When this hoe took the olive out of his hand and put it in her mouth, I said, y'all nasty. Y'all are nasty, and y'all are doing the things. The one kind of thing I was like, damn it, I wish we would have gotten more concrete in the first 3 episodes, because now you're like questioning, like, well, how did we exactly get right here, right? To where we're taking trips. He's popping up at the apartment, like we're doing this. But yes, this is a long con. I think this was a method. This is just my hypothesizing, right? This was a method to make him believe that, baby, I'm not with you because you're a Kennedy. I don't give a damn about that. I really don't even want anybody to know. I really never want to be on page 6. This is just about me and you, baby. That's all I've ever wanted from you. It's just you, daddy. And it just gives the air of falsity, especially after we see that 4-page letter later in the episode. But I mean, it's cute. These two have chemistry on screen. Thank you guys for doing an actual screen test and making sure these two bounced off of each other well. This is steam heat, honey. Listen. And the shots in the bedroom were beautiful as the sun was rising. Baby, he's sniffing her pillow. I said, oh, he down bad. I said, she knew what to do when she put it on that man. You hear me? Quit playing games.
It's
Quit the
whipped.
game.
Girl, he had a little red Corvette. I say, oh, you about the pretty woman this whole situation. Like, girl, you about to come up. You are Julia Roberts and pretty woman. We're gonna minus the Smex worker part, but this is pretty woman.
I
You coming up?
mean,
She said we making it out the projects
I
with this one.
mean,
I don't know, baby. She is playing the game in the best way possible, and you can't be mad at her. Like you just can't. But baby, the way it was just like, you know what? It's becoming a bit too familiar. It's a little too much. She's complaining. She's in there with the stylist. Like, yeah, this is after the conversation with Calvin and the situation with Kate Moss. And it's very, how could you ever feel sorry for someone, who's in the public eye or wealthy? Like, you know what you're signing up for. And it's just like, you know what? Yeah, that's not really in the forefront, though. The main thing is I'm on the precipice of something. My career is right there, about to take off. And I don't know if I just want to be Mrs. John F. Kennedy Jr. I need to keep you like far away enough to screen your phone calls when I feel like it. So let it ring. I say, oh. It said, let it ring. It's like, oh my God, baby. Everybody else surrounding who knows, it's like, girl, what's making it that deep? Like, what more could you want? He's him. And it's like, very much, but I'm me. And I'm going to do this how I want to. Baby, the way John screened them phone calls and was like, yeah, I already know what you're trying to do. Girl, I'm outside. He said I'm outside. Like, he is so into it. And it just gives a whole lot to the question of, less is more. She's just showing up being something that he hasn't had before. That's all it is. Hey, Candy Love. Showing up being something that he hasn't had before. I've never had to chase a woman. I've never had to be. That's just never been a thing for me. So he's just enticed automatically, leaving voicemail after voicemail and just showing up. Say, how can you turn me down, girl? I'm outside. I thought he was going to pop up with some roses and it was really going to be Pretty Woman. I thought he was going to go up the fire escape for a minute. But it's very much like, I know a little quaint place, not a whole lot of paparazzi. I bought out the joint low key just for us to have a private moment and talk. But even there, he's still always reaching for another level of something. It's very Smex, and we're going to keep it here. He's like, but what are you doing later? Well, what's going on? But why do you always wear that necklace? I'm sitting here pouring into you about my George magazine and what I need to do. You're giving advice saying it needs to be provocative. It needs to be sexy, even if it is politics. But why do you wear that necklace? What is your relationship with your dad? And it's such an unfair exchange because just because of who he is, outside of more intimate details, she already knows so much about him. All you have to do is pick up the latest copy of whatever or just follow, the family trail. That's all you have to do. With you, there's just, pulling teeth. Can I know more? You can know that I like Sade and you like Sade too. And we gonna slow dance to this song. I say, girl. Girl. But there's also a touch of too much too soon. Like it's getting too personal in page 6. And I don't want to be the next one in the tabloid. Where are you expecting to be with this man, ma'am? Out of all the people, and I read that about her, she just was just all fabulous, beautiful and all this grace and regalness, and it was classy and minimalist, stylish. But she hated taking her picture taken. She didn't like the spotlight. She never wanted to be seen. She was always so low key, like don't look at me, not the face. But and then when she met John, it just became so complex because he was everything that she never wanted. Not in that way. Not page 6. Not the photographers, but they're here under the impression that it's secluded and no one can see them. And say, okay, girl, if you say so, but you can't tell me, just like Calvin was telling her earlier, when you put yourself in certain spaces, especially in like a celebrity space, you know what you're signing up for. And you definitely knew what you were signing up for, attaching yourself to John. It's just being painted as, oh, it's just such a dilemma. Is it worth? I love him, but do I love my career more? I still have, girl, she is playing, and I'm happy to see it. Ashley,
well, she is, and it's kind of pissing me off because it's like she knows, like this is the one thing I can do that he's never experienced. Nobody played with John. Nobody plays with JFK Jr. No woman has, at least up to this point. So I know exactly how to play him. And I like part of me like loves that for her, like City Girls up 10,000, but the other part of me is like, damn it, girl, don't do him like that. Can I also just give, again, credit where credit is due? Like, I looked at the side-by-sides of these actual shots because these are actual shots. And when I tell you verbatim, like from the pose to the look to like stretched out, Like it gave everything. The attention to detail was just so on point. But girl, that's a dangerous game to play. Like, no, because I think this was twofold. I think I want you to hear who's on my voicemail since you're, I'm trying on your dress right now, sir, this designer. But then also, let me play with him and let me see how bad he want it. Like, bark if you want it. You know what I mean? And he was barking downstairs. And she's like, all right, let me get my little bags. All right, since you down here and we're going on a trip. Now, what got me, there's a moment when they get to the island or they're on the boat or whatever, and she glances over and she clearly sees the paparazzi. So I will say, exactly. And it gave, I'm giving like, shoot my best side, Mr. DeMille. Like, I'm ready for my close up is what it gave. So it really feels like she was feigning surprise at the very end when we see the headlines. Because girl, you knew what the hell was going on and you knew what you were doing when you went over there. Now, what really pissed me off was, like you said, and I liked how you phrased it, this unfair exchange, because he's literally pouring his heart out. Like, listen, I think I'm falling in love with you. I think you're going to break my heart. And who's broken your heart? I'll let you know when I find out, because nobody ever has. I'm like, Carolyn, damn, he's just putty in your hands. And I just really feel like she's about to play with him. And I don't like how she acts around the friends. I don't like because it's like what's understood doesn't need to be spoken. The hoes are after him. You don't need to show yourself, oh, well, somebody wants me too. Girl, please sit down respectfully. I thought it was cute. She did show an interest in his magazine, but also it kind of begs the question, does she become overbearing to a point? Because it was immediately like, yeah, no, I don't like that. Like, that's cute. Like, I see where you're going, but I do this. I sell ads in magazines. Like, I know what the people want to see. And I was like, ooh, I'm already seeing the difference in the dynamic, and I see her as being more dominant in this situation. And I don't know, could that be because he's looking for someone to replace his mom? He's used to having dominant women. These are kind of all the thoughts that are going through my head as I'm watching them interact, because it's really imbalanced, Tyra. It is. She holds all the power in this.
Absolutely. I was over there with Calvin. She was like, oh, what is this ensemble that you're wearing? Oh, this whole thing? Something I just threw together this morning. Oh, no. Just please, I don't do pictures. Like, no pictures. Oh, girl, go away from me with this. I love it, though. I love it because so often we see the dynamic in reverse. I'm not mad at her. I'm just not. I'm just not. I can feel a little way about John and not be mad at her at the same time, because it's giving, girl. I'm writing it down. But we have a little, time for sentimental things. This all also putting a little bit more pressure on John down here. I really love the relationship that he has with his sister. I was like, oh, y'all trying to hurt somebody's feelings. I really love their dynamic, because it seems like they would have every reason to have resentment towards each other, or some type of hateration, holleration in the dancery. It's all love and it's understanding, even when I'm calling you out on the most. And it's because, hey, regardless, we both have the same mama. We both have the same shared experience of growing up as a Kennedy. And the idea of this public auction is just like, oh, here we go. All with the semantics and the things here. They're just things, but how are you holding up? And where our sister is really strong and commanding in where she is, you can tell that John is a little shaky. And sis is strong because of where she is in life. She's settled career-wise, financially, relationship, and maybe just gearing up to have her own children. John been outside for quite some time. So now it's like, not only am I not settled in my career, but I don't have my mother here any longer for that direction. And I love that after she's gone, they're having a revelation of why she brought them up the way they did. And it's like, okay, well, now I kind of appreciate what mom was trying to do and who she was more than ever. And him considering this mortality, like, well, I knew mom was mom, but I never expected her to be gone this soon. And it's very like, I need to get going and get moving now with life. 30, I want to start my life now before it's real sad. It's like, you never know how much time you have left. And I thought my mom had more. Who knows? With me, I really need to get going. But I do like this conversation. I like any time that they get to spend with each other. Ashley?
I do too. This is another great example of just cast chemistry. Like, it literally just works. You believe it, right? And again, she is more pragmatic. She has like a better understanding of how the world works, especially their world. The thing that shocked me most, though, was this $34 million inheritance tax. Like, damn it. Like, we got to come up with
That's what shocked
$34 million.
you? What
Yeah,
shocked me was that ominous drawing of the plane over the water that she kept from his
girl.
childhood. I was like, what is this?
Girl, his little
That
paper drawing. I was like, oh, she kept
yeah.
everything. Yeah, foreshadowing, subtle foreshadowing. Um, but yeah, I thought it was I really enjoyed their dynamic. I believe them as brother and sister. And also, John, you are getting of a certain age. It is time to start, putting some roots down and figuring out what your life is going to be. And also the dynamic about, you needed order, you needed structure. She knows I just needed not to be whatever they were, and she parented us accordingly, and keeping that in mind as she was going forward. I thought this was a really interesting conversation because this is also kind of a part of the grieving process. You're having to sort through all this stuff, go through all these things, figure out how I'm going to come up with this to do this, all while still kind of being in the public eye. And if you think about a public auction, that's very invasive, right? We're going all of mother's things. People are going to be sifting through and bidding on. And it's like, how much was her life really worth? I really enjoyed this conversation and banter between them. And I just want to know, like, I'm really interested about how much impact Caroline had on John and his decision making going forward, because her voice was very clear. If it wasn't in the first 3 episodes, in this episode, we're clear on who she is. And she's not playing with John, because get your life together, make up your mind, and do what it is you need to do.
I don't know. I couldn't do the public. I'm like, how do you come to an understanding of, well, we're going to hold a public auction? Is this something that Mama Jackie said that she wanted to be done with her things before she left? Like, how do we decide we want to do a public auction?
I don't think they have a choice. They have to come up with
Really?
$34 million. They have to come up with
But
liquid.
I would think they have that, right?
I'm sure they have properties. I'm sure they have investments. I'm not sure how much they have liquid. They're not doing this because they want to. I'm sure it's about getting access to actual coin, right? Like, okay, we got to pay this in order to keep this. Unless you're buying me land. Because they had like her china out, her paintings,
everything.
Like all of
things
those
that
things.
I would think you would want to keep. And I was like, we gonna give this to the highest bidder? You get to be a Kennedy. Now, before we get to how Miss Thing conducted herself with them friends, we are running through a theme here in the episode with Miss Carolyn, and it's very, but my career. It's very career versus desire. And it's that all the way through when we actually get to meet her mom. And maybe the way she wasn't taking John to meet her. Who? Where this? Nah, you stay here. Meet whose family? You're not meeting my mother. But it's like, well, yeah, I've come too far and worked too hard just to become, a name in adjacent to a famous man. But I'm like, all of this don't tell Calvin. Just don't tell Calvin. If you know what's going on, do not tell Calvin about it. I need this to stay exactly where it is so I can maintain, my credibility in the face, and for people to know that I'm serious about this. Like, I got places to go and people to see type energy. Yet and still, John F. Kennedy Jr. girl. I mean, and they frame it really well here for you to maybe just be indifferent. Like, well, maybe she did really be, stuck in between a rock and a hard place, between this love that was budding for this man in her career that she wanted so bad. And because when she looks over at the wife here, and it's just like, well, at least with you two, you have a dynamic. You did businesses together. I didn't, to be Mrs. I just can't. And it's just like, well, no, girl. Like, it's very like, girl, you've come up though. You, out of all, you get to be a Kennedy. That's great. And it's just like, but I'm me. What about me? I have my own last name and my own intention that I want to put forward into life in the world. And I was like, oh, girl, please. So they do frame it where it's like an indifferent situation, and she really did have her own passions and her own reasoning for why she would want to keep this a secret. I think she was trying to keep it cute and also revel in this game that she was playing. I think she's been playing chess since way before, and I needed to lay this groundwork. So if and when somebody rolled up to try to tell you who I really was, I was already covered, because I was never here for those reasons. I was like, girl, write it down, take a picture. Write it down, it's good. But Ashley, you get to be a Kennedy.
Girl, cap. Carolyn was capping this whole time, girl. Because she's highly aware. Like, and that's what I'm enjoying about her character. She's very aware of what's going on around her, the people that are in the rooms. Like, she is all that. Because when Lady said, you work here for a couple more years, girl, and then you're a Kennedy, and then you don't have to do anything. First of all, who the hell wanted to be Kennedy? Like, in their right mind. I'm like, if a Kennedy I'm like running the other way, because no, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it, madam. But no, you've worked your whole life to get to this point, clearly, Carolyn, and you love it. I think she's guarded. Well, I know for a fact she's guarded. She don't trust anybody. She don't even trust Calvin's wife, to be honest with you. In this, and if I'm being honest, I think Calvin's wife a little bit sneaky too. I think that this was like subtle. All right, we're gonna see. I know your secret, girl, and we're gonna see how it works. But no, the conversation was capped because what about me? And then later, when he offers her a job, like, well, you could just come work for us or whatever. You can't afford me, girl. How much money you came up making in 2 years? Really? You're a millionaire now, sister. This seems so disingenuous to me. And I get it. She loves fashion. I believe that. And I think she was good at it. But I think, girl, y'all can go to hell. I'm about to be over here with JFK Jr. Like,
yeah, I think she was playing the long game this whole time. And she played it very, very well.
Cap. Just
Is she? I'm like, at this point, I'm like, let me go check. Is she a natural blonde? I need to go see.
Them roots look very dark over here.
I was like, is she a natural blonde? Because it's giving, box dye. I gotta play the part. I know he likes a good blonde. Oh, but then we get here. Child, we go off the plate to meet with them friends. Some of the friends were just soaking it all in, and then some of the friends saw exactly who she was. This was a good time. I like how she played this here because, it's always keep them waiting, keep them wanting more. I'm going to show up late to show that I'm not, only prioritizing you. I'm not here. I'm not your little chippy. I'm here on my own time. Like, oh my God, I had so much, to do at work. It's just overwhelming. But I'm here now. Like, what's going on? And I love that the friends are just basking in like, oh, you got the right one. She about to give you a run for your money. She about to John you. She's about to John you. The way she had something to say or a comeback, like a witty snark remark about everything. Like, she knew exactly. I'm like, girl, you studied for real. Mm-hmm. You know these people. You knew who these people were, what they would say, what the expectations would be before you ever walked in the room. Because she was too ready. She was prepped. It was like, what is that when they call somebody, Lord, when they're like media trained. It's like she had like media training. She was so ready to go. Meanwhile, John is just like, yeah, like, isn't she great? It's just like, yeah, she is. And as far as that 4-page letter, that one man that was at this table causing a ruckus, I was like, baby, he put that in your bag. He put that in your bag. He's like, I don't know who you're seeing or what you think this is, but I think I know her. I think I've seen her somewhere. He's like, don't I know you from? Because my friend way back when said he saw you with some drugs or something. It's like, what? Your random, drug dealer friend doesn't know everybody. Carolyn doesn't even roll in those type of spaces. What are you talking about? She's not that kind of woman. She's coming on down here like, be on your best behavior, Bookie. Child, by the time we got in there, it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it cute. You can't, see me now or hear me now because she's in your face, in your ear, and on everything else. I'm gonna write you a cute little note though and leave it alone, from me to you as a friend. That's what it was given from me. But the way that she just worked this room, and even when it was like, well, like, I'm gonna come late and leave early, I say, oh girl. Oh girl. Even when she tried to play coy, when it's like, and then I like the way that the friend that I think sent that note was in her ear, like, yeah, oh her, oh that woman, oh this happens to him all the time. He can barely walk down the street without somebody trying to throw it at him. What do you feel about that? Like, huh? How are you doing? It's like, I'm fine. Oh, that lighter? Yeah, it's probably from an old girlfriend. I don't care because that's not me. It's like, girl, you do. You do care. But by the time we get to, yeah, I'm going to go and I'll see you when I see you. And he has to like, just like, are you going to come? There's a party, my sisters, I want you to meet my folks. And I'm trying to get intimate. I'm trying to get closer to you. I'm trying to bring you into the fold. I mean, are you sure? I mean, I really don't want, isn't it kind of soon for that? It's something casual. Just come on down. And then it's like, well, okay, yeah, I'll see you later. I need to go meet with my mother and my sister. Can I go? Should I go? Of course not. No. I can't just spring you on my mother. Not my mother. I love how she was calling her mother by her first name. I can't just do that. Then, of course, when we get there, we know why. Because her mother has so much to say. Baby, you don't know who your daughter is. Ashley.
Yeah, this is where she pissed me off, girl, because you know what time it is. And I don't know, was it like a thing that there was only like one fine rich one? Like everybody else had to be. I was like, what is this friend
Ashley.
group, JFK Jr.? And the one random black lady, I was like, is she over? Like, anyway, I digress. But I mean, this was interesting. I think this showed how easily she is, like how easy it was for her to adapt and be a chameleon because she came right in like, yeah, give me that cigarette. Like, hey guys, what's up? Yeah, only if you call me first. Da, da, da. And kind of connecting on the magazine and reinforcing the friends' ideas about how it's to be sexy and all of those things. And
Brilliant
like, hey, we
idea.
might need to get
Brilliant.
you. And what's your ad buy and all of that. She was kind of throwing her weight around a little bit, which was cute there. And fine. What pissed me off is when he goes to the bar to get the drink. And we know what it is. We know what it is. And we have the devil on the shoulder. Yeah, he's not going to accept it in front of you. Like he might, like when you're not here, but he's not disrespectful like that. And immediately when he comes back, it's like this lighter. Yeah. Oh, just a little something my ex got for me. Carolyn, please. We know you're wanted. We know you're white. We know you're blonde. We know you're skinny. All right. Like you're wanted, baby. Like it pissed me off because it's like you came into this with your eyes wide open. You know, he was the bachelor of the century. You know, all the hoes wanted him. You know what his Rolodex was like. All right. You knew what time it was. So to sit there and kind of be like ruffled, I was like, girl, find something safe to do. He chose you. And then, of course, he's like, well, hey, we don't have to stay here. We can get out of here. I'm just trying to be up under you, Carolyn. And she's like, yeah, no, I actually have things to do. I have to go to my family home and talk to my mother. Well, I'd like to go. I can't come meet your family. Like,
No.
Yeah, no. No. All right, guys. It was good. See you later. Never play in that man's face like that again. I don't like that. Don't play
Play
in
that man face. Play that man face. I
do
know
it.
he did played in many of blonde white women faces.
And
No,
don't
like
care. But in
I
this
don't
moment, don't do that.
care.
He's
Play that
open. He
man
loves
face.
her.
Girl, go on, Carolyn. Y'all let's
I put City Girls up 100,000.
City Girls up 1 million. Thank you so much, Roses Bud, for the super chat. I'm really liking this show. Ryan does good telling Caucasian folks business. I've been deep diving. I'm interested in how the rest of the show plays out. Congratulations on 10K. You hit that 10? You didn't even tell nobody.
I did.
Nothing. Say nothing. Last time I was there, I think you were like 50 subs away from me hitting the 10. I should have went over there and checked. That was quick. Look at it. That's what her world gets you. Oh,
Thank
man.
you, boo.
But I'm here for this. I love this show. Whew. I was like, oh, y'all cooking. Y'all trying to cook a little bit. Then John let his slip show a little bit. I say, John, now look, you can't be down here trying to be cute. This is why I can't feel sorry for John. Because John is used to just things flowing a certain type of way. He's waiting to like easily impress. Who wouldn't want to go to meet my family and go to my sister's birthday party and it? But he already knew, and he was playing in Carolyn's face a little bit because it's like I'm trying to keep it low key. I don't want nobody to see. So this is a party, right? Rooms, people in motion. No, this is a sit down, personal family dinner that you didn't tell your sister that I was coming to. I don't have a gift. I look like a straggler. This is very intimate. If I would have known it was this, I wouldn't have come. Well, it's like, yeah, there's that. I'm already here. Let me be pleasant. Sis was not having it. She said, bring your happy ass in this kitchen. Get in here. You like her, huh? Do you? Are you sure? Well, claim it. Grow up. Be different. Be a man, John. That's what it was given. It was very John. Be a man. Like, what is this? You could have told me. It's very, don't be bringing every little hoe you close to my functions. We're not running through anything like this. You're getting older. You need to conduct yourself as such. It's like, but I just, I really feel like she could be my person. If she's your person, then treat her like that. Let me know, because if she was all that in a bag of chips in your person, you would have announced it for what it was and not just brought her here and sprung her on our family and friends at that. This was just that. But I love that. I love how she's looking for the candles. And I was like, girl, you got to put the candles on your own birthday cake. Where is your husband? Where is your scooter? But it's like, I know exactly where things are. I know. And it's like, you've been out and about for quite some time. The pressure is down. I was also like, man, I was hoping Sister Caroline would be the one to kind of read the room. And it's like, I think she's my person. Be like, are you sure? what makes her so different from everybody else? Like, what's standing out for her to be your person? But it's more so like you said, her word is worth her weight in gold. And my sister just wants me to be happy and settle because we already lost mom. You need to do something and start getting your life in motion. Maybe I need to buckle down with her. I wanted a little interference and a little questioning, but I think sis is tired already. Mama should have been doing that long before, and that's why you like this anyway. I got to buckle down. I didn't have a choice. You've been, footloose and fancy free. You settle down or else. It was very that. But yeah, John, don't be bringing me down to the function like this. Ashley?
Yeah, it was raggedy. It brought to mind that monologue given by Freddie Brooks' mother, circa a different world,
Damn.
season 5 somewhere, when she says, "I will not tell you who to choose. Just like anyone who tells anyone who to fall in love with and be in love with is wrong. Just like my mother was wrong." That's what it gave to me, okay? I enjoyed Caroline just being like, "Sir, get your entire life together. Like, we know you haven't had nice things before, John. We know you haven't had good women before. But if you really like her, this is what you do." They broke all of the rules of Emily Post. You never have an uninvited guest for a dinner party with a seating chart. Come on. That's why you had to sit at the end of the table. He over here by his sister and you down in the boondocks.
Yeah,
like, I thought this pissed me off. And that's why I liked the episode, because I really wasn't 100% on anyone's side, because I said, oh, he ain't never been nowhere, had nothing. He ain't never had no real, nice girl that he really took seriously. Like, oh, I really want her to be a part of the life. And so immediately when Carolyn gets there, it's immediately like, you said this was a party. Well, it is. This is just how our family throws parties. And then we have the interaction between she and Caroline, and that was a little shady. So I really didn't know how it was going to go, because no, of course not. He doesn't do this all the time. Bring, random women to my house for my birthday. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was your birthday. I didn't know this was a party. And she's trying to smooth it over. But yeah, he presented this lady all kinds of wrong. I think it was a failure. And also, I thought it was interesting that we got to see the dynamic of them at the table, because Caroline's husband starts a comment. Well, what school did you be? I went to VU. Well, you went to Princeton, right? Yeah. I was like, poor baby. Like, she can't even really have a full conversation with these people. I bet it made her feel more alienated than ever. It's something he's got to work on, but I'm glad he does have Caroline in his corner to check him, because again, he doesn't know. He really doesn't know about taking a woman seriously, because he hasn't up to this point. I think he's been in rebellion this whole time. All his mother ever wanted was for him to pick a nice girl, bring her home, and marry her. And he's chosen everything but that up to this point. So
try. She say, just don't bring no more Daryl Hannah's home. Don't bring no more of them. Don't bring no actresses through here, okay? Like, don't ruin a good time. Don't be breaking her here on a trash can lid. Introduce her to the folks accordingly. Had her sitting over there all by herself. I said, what? Child. Then we try to fall in line. It's very, you're right. I need to really move with intention as far as Carol. She's not going to be impressed. It's real cute down. He even down there with his bestie playing. He's such a man's man. Like, I don't do that. I'm going to be in the field with the people playing football. And it's like, yeah, there's a letter here. I was like, ooh, what the letter say? I didn't know where the hell this was going. I really didn't know. Then when he reads the letter, I was like, oh, I knew it. Because I was like, where is everything that I saw that y'all were throwing all on Miss Daryl here that made her look like the enlightened one and I'm different. And I feel like that friend left it there at the table when she met the little group who was like, yeah, I know I've seen you. I know where I've seen you, honey. You can play that with somebody else. Let me tell John, it was very much like, if I tell him to his face, he might not believe me. Let me put it in a note. I'm going to put it in a love song so he can't come attack me for it. But as a friend, you can't say I didn't warn you about who maybe she is right now. John's bothered. He's in a way. She rolls up like she's been rolling up. Like, yeah, babe, what's for dinner? Where are we going? Like, what's wrong? What's going on? Show it to me. Let me see the letter. Let me see what they said. Very abrasive. Very well, if this is all it takes, I knew it would take much. I was trying to figure out this entire time what I meant to you, what this was. I know exactly what it is now. Nothing. If he chases this woman one more time, no, come back. Wait, I didn't mean it. I was only no. Girl. She was mad. She was mad because who blew up my spot? Who blew up my spot? The circles you're running in, drugs aside, party girl lifestyle, social climber, if you will, whatever. What is all of this you've been plotting and planning to get me this entire time? What is this? Where did that come from? Who said that? You're not acknowledging what's in here. You're mad about it and you storm off. But I didn't hear, yeah, that's not that. That's not it. It was no denial. It was just like, oh, it's like she turned her back, like, damn, I didn't expect for this to come out this soon. Let me figure out. You know what? I'm a white woman and I feel very attacked right now. And she ran out like Sydney in Scary Movie. She ran out. I was like, girl, your slip is out and it's showing, but you had already gave John just enough to have him hanging on that string. And even before we got here, it was very, you know what? She may be that one because she's the only woman in my life that I've ever met that doesn't want anything from me. And I can't just find that everywhere. I need to chase after her, even though she ran off, once again, screening phone calls, ignoring him, making him beg for her attention and forgiveness, because how dare you accuse me just based off the strength of what somebody else said. And then it's like, let me go to my sister, because normally I would go to my mom for problems like this. I gotta go to my sister. Sis, like, this is what happened. This is what I did. Well, how could you do that, John? How could you just some anonymous letter anybody could have sent, and you confronted her with it? Like, are you treating her anyway? If she's gonna be your wife and a real prospect to being your, don't you ever, that wasn't okay. Like, fix this, Leonard. I was like, well, that's that. When Sissy said it, it was gold. I need to go over there and get my woman, Ashley.
Girl, this was Uno reverse white woman manipulation tactics 101. Might not even be 101. This might be advanced level. This might be AP. This might be advanced placement manipulation tactics. Because when she threw a fit, I said, oh, she finna do it. She finna throw a fit. Who did it? Who did it? Oh, so you believe him over me? When have I ever asked you for anything? I never asked you for anything.
Please.
That's what she gave. That's what he gave her. I never asked. What have I asked you for, John?
Sorry ass hand in marriage.
Listen, what have I asked you for, John? I never. And you gonna believe this anonymous 4-page letter over me, who's been giving you the best hootenanny of your life for these past couple weeks? How dare you? Don't touch me. I don't want to hear it. Let me storm out. This is paint by number, Tyra. This is what you do. You deflect, you diffuse, you act a fool, and you storm out. Now you got to chase me. He gonna be thinking about this all night. Cause how you hurt me, John? All I ever did was love you. I won't even go out in public with you. See how it's backing up what happened now, because she knew eventually something was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? She with it. She was with the stuff. And yes, sister. But I want to know who this friend group, because who literally is not going to tell you, be like, bro, I don't know. They write you literally a 4-page letter on legal paper.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Legal paper, Tyra.
And as we did. I'm not mad at it because John feels like he's really dense and in the like this mind frame of who he likes, what he knows. Like, I feel like when he's fixated on someone, it's nothing. You can't tell me people and everybody and their mama wasn't rolling up about Daryl Hannah. And we saw what we were getting with that just in that brief moment. It's just like, you was about to wife her? Are you crazy? You really thought that was going to be a prospect? So it's like, you know what? I don't even have time for the backlash or for the denial or like, oh, you trying to step on my relationship before it even gets going. Oh, you're jealous. You want it for yourself, don't you? No. I'm going to write you a little cute naive ass this note and I'm gonna leave it anonymous and walk away. I wasn't mad at it.
Listen, I was, because I need to know who said it. And if you're not going to read me the whole 4-page letter, I need to get snippets of it. And the fact that it said, it said that you've been studying me my whole life, that you've been trying to be a Kennedy, that you want to be just like me, that you know who I am. How'd you get in that party last night? I snuck through the servants' entrance. No, she ain't say that. She ain't tell him that. She said, let me throw a fuss and let me storm out. And then he's going to chase me. Kudos.
It was very that, because he was trying to connect dots. It was like, so yeah, how do we meet again? I met you through Calvin, right? Because I knew Calvin, and I love to partake in some Calvin Klein. Like, we're friends of friends, like we're really close. So did you really attach yourself to Calvin for this business opportunity and to be a fashionista, or did you attach yourself so you can meet me through Calvin? I don't have to sit here and take this. I'm a white woman. Dear Mr. Hampton, I'm writing this letter. I am a white woman and I am upset. It was very white chicks. I'm not going to play with you. I don't have to stand here and take this. Thank you so much, Roses. But I was waiting for hints of this to drop in the show. Once I figured out Rosebud, I was like, how far are they going to go with this? Because it's real cute for the first three. I thought they were going to make this a puff piece, and we weren't even maybe even going to touch on this like that. The fact that they put it here and we got to see her finesse it, I had a good time. I had a good time. I was like, oh, girl. I clapped. I said, Strange, Shantae. Go off, girl.
Insane. Let me show him how to do it.
Very insane. But after we didn't left him on red, pretty much, OG left him on red. Screened so many phone calls. Ain't meeting up, girl. We ain't going on no date. She ain't giving me none of that coot nanny, as Ashley loves to call it. Girl, you really gonna be this mad at me? I'm sorry. Can I just show up? Can I just? And I can only imagine what he was sending. You weren't even trying to be with her like that, and a date went wrong, and you sent every rose in the market to her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, nope, I'm going to play this game. Like, oh, you want me back? You're going to have to just really get on your knees type. And I was like, girl, I ain't mad at you. But after sister said what she said, and that's golden, and he goes and, oh, I have this random, spare key. I was like, John, you just down at the place you had already pulled up to her house in your car. Now, look, it was a little piece of romantic. Now she's just coming home and you sit in the apartment waiting like, girl, you're going to talk to me because I love you. It's like I've lived a very privileged life. I've had a very particular kind of circle. I'm adorned. I'm loved. And I love it. I bask in it. But it doesn't make me the best judge of character all the time. Sometimes I attach to myself to, it's very like, you're the one, Carolyn. I'm finally attaching myself to something and someone real. And I can't let you go, girl. I just can't. Girl, he's about to cry. I thought he was finna one wish and cry outside in the rain. I didn't know where we were going. I say, John is laying it all out on the ground. I'm here, girl. I love you. Okay? I love you. It's just like it's very, I don't know if I can really trust you or forgive you because the way that you just put that letter and what somebody said about me above what you know about me, I've never even went out in public with you. I was trying to keep us a secret. Okay? It's like, but I love you too. And then we walk worlds. I love when we're like about to get intimate and he's like, yeah, but I don't want to keep this a secret. And she's like, let's worry about that when we get to it. Let's cross that bridge. Let's cross that bridge when we get to it. Like, shh, don't say anything else. I was like, you still, she was like, I got you right. It was very like, I got you where I want you. But I also think a piece, if she was that fixated on just the Kennedy overall, I think there was a piece of her, even if it was like, okay, I'm going to pop out and be in public in page 6. She wanted everything to still be on her own terms. Mm-hmm. Even though we want to pretend and have this facade, like I never knew what I was getting and who wants to live this kind of life and you have zero privacy. Yeah, there's that. But it's like when things happen and unfold, I want full control. And I don't know how she thought she was going to have it with this, but I think a part of her wanted both things. I still want to have my career and have my own name because she gives a little narcissist in that way. I want that, but I also want John. But I want John the way I want John on the timing that I want him. And when I have my stuff set and I have a name and I'm cute all in that, then we can pop out together. Because now it's John F. Kennedy standing there next to Karen. It's like, yeah. It still wasn't going to be that, sis. You were with Kennedy. But I love you, Ashley.
What got me was the superintendent let me in. So I'm just lurking here in the dark until you get in, madam. But hey, I mean, that'll be your life, Carolyn, from here on out. I thought this conversation was fine. He goes over, this is just how I am in the world. I'm used to the world bending to my whim. I get what I want. Listen, I get what I want when I want, how I want. And you're not doing that. You're not. I just have to realize that that's not the way life is supposed to be. Life is supposed to be with you. I know, John, and I know you asked about this ring. And the reason I wear this ring is not because me and my dad had a great relationship, because my dad was trash. And so now I put this on to remind myself to not trust anyone. Can I trust you, John?
Are you dependable?
Can I trust you? Listen, can I trust you? All right, we're going to make this work then. We're going to make this work. Shh. Don't say anything. Go to work. Go to work. I mean, it was cute or whatever. Like I said, I love the shots where the sun is coming in and the
Girl.
the fresh sun-kissed mornings and all of those things. But it's like, how will this really exist in reality? This is kind of the first kerfluffle that we're seeing, but we've also seen how she gets right enraged and really animated. I'm really waiting for this fight in the park. I keep seeing remnants of because I think she's going to be hell in the paint. I think he loves everything about her because it's so different than anyone else he's ever been with. But I also think it's going to be toxic as hell.
I think it's for the wrong reasons though, because it's all very strategic what she's offering you right now. And even if it was like, oh, well, she's not bending the knee. She's not amazed at me just being who I am. Oh, I'm just so turned on. I got to go find that and see about that. That's so superficial. Along with, I'm sure he finds her attractive and she's beautiful and the sex is great. Once again, all superficial things. That does not a marriage make. Like, what do you like about her outside of that? Because right now it's just, ooh, I really like how she's playing hard to get. Ooh, it's like the chase. But just like most people, when the chase is over and you have to really settle into who the person is, was it all that great to begin with? Are you still gonna be all hot and bothered all about her? And the same with her. She likes the idea of, ooh, I get to be with the Kennedy, and I get to be like, have you thought about everything that comes along with you being a Kennedy?
Yeah.
No.
What I will say they're doing a great job with the depiction of is that all while she may be in fact a social climber that did in fact study, there is a sincerity in the way that they like embrace or have this connection. There's something about it that still makes me feel like she is falling for him, even though it's under her own, way. I will give it up to them in that respect, because it feels like she really wants that man. It does.
But I don't want anyone to ever paint it as it was never a strategic. No, there's strategy there. There's been strategy, but that doesn't take away from the love. I think it's a lucky situation. You know how some girls still be strategic in this way and want to chase, and I'm going to get them right, and they're like building something off of, love will come eventually, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But in the meantime, I'm gonna have my way. It's like I get to have my way and I get love, and he's handsome and he's this and he's like, oh girl, I'm living the life. There's no way she gets here and she hasn't studied every single morsel of John. Like, I know exactly, I want that man. I want that man. But it's weird to me though, because it's infatuation. Do you really know him? Do you know everything about him as to how kind of husband he'd be? Is he going to be faithful? Is he going to be, what kind of man, what kind of father? Like, have you thought about later? It's just, it looks good on paper. But hell, you look good on paper. I don't know. But there's nothing outside of them. Like, I know that they like each other. There's a lot of passion here, honey. It's fun, but this is just fun. There's all the passion and the fun in the world until you're, open to public scrutiny. Because the cat's out of the bag. The way she said, shh, we're not doing that right now. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Like, be quiet and get a mouthful of this cat. That's what she said. He's like, all right, say less. Maybe she come out of the house. It's very sunshine, lollipops, a good old time. Like, and she just thinks she's that girl at work, down at Calvin and Jeans. She's just like, hey, okay. Oh, everybody's just, all the warm welcome. Okay, hi, everybody. Good morning. Yeah. It's just like, oh, hell no. It gives like, I didn't want this to happen this soon. I'm still trying to get my foot in the door here, down with Calvin and them. You're stepping on my plans. How long did you expect this to become a secret, ma'am? Because the way the assing was assing on the boat when paparazzi caught you to even get that shot to put your ass in the paper. I said, girl. But she's like, oh God, now they know I'm with him. You're just so disgusted. You're so disgusted. Really, Miss Mamas? I'm sure that John will be living, because now finally it's out there and I have to, whatever. But once it's out there, it's going to be more pressure. When are you going to get married? When are you going to settle? Is this the new, Miss Kennedy? Is she here to replace mom? Like, when are you going to run for all? Like, now everything is really going to come down. And I really don't think they're prepared for that. Actually, the cat's out of the bag. She didn't want to be, though, because she was hurt by them stands.
Yeah, the bombshell of it all. I said, girl, not it's on the front page headline. Girl, she was tooted up. She knew them people was out there. I think it's disingenuous to act like your behind wasn't gonna be there. You had him pulling up your skirt, sister. I said, "What are we doing out here?" He grabbing little pieces of half a booty cheek. You know, she ain't got like the donk back there. He's grabbing little pieces of it. Like, girl, you knew.
White girl
You
booty.
knew what time it was. In HRC, I see your comment around she wasn't little orphan Annie, but she did live a completely different life. Like they make it known that she kind of got it out the mud, right? Like she had to go to school. She came from a broken family. It was just her mom and her sister there. So a very different life. I won't say she didn't have her level of privilege just being who she was, but I don't think it was anywhere near the level of what he came from. I think, Calvin's upset. Like, my question is, does she still get to stay working for Calvin Klein? Does this make it icky because now it's official, now it's public? And also, what does that mean for the rest of her life? Because, like you said, she can't have it on her terms at this point. It's beyond you now. It's in the wheels of the media and the pundits and all of that. So, girl, strap on. It's going to be a wild ride. I think he's absolutely used to it. And he's just like, well, okay, baby. And it'll be interesting to see if he helps to navigate her through this or if he just makes her figure it out on her own. I'll be very curious if they have any of those conversations.
I think he's gonna. I think he's just gonna be. Well, since we're here, I think it's gonna be more so. Well, this is who I am. Didn't you know these things before you met me? I think she's gonna be overwhelmed because it all looks good and like maybe glamorous on the outside looking in. What I wouldn't give to be on page 6 with the John F. Kennedy and like for everybody to know, like he's mine, he's mine, we're together. But then once you're actually in it and you can't blink without someone in your face trying to take your picture, or all the haters that's gonna pop out and say, "Her? Who is she? Ew. You could have had me, John." Like, it's about to be a mess. And I think John was resting, especially when he was talking to mom, in the fact that, but she knows who she is. Like, these little things, these little, quirks of being a celebrity and the politics and all of that, like, she's going to be able to handle the pressures of what comes along with my lifestyle. I think she's going to be okay. She's reassured and she knows who she is. And financially, she's trying to make way for herself. So she doesn't want anything from me. I think it's going to be that. And then when it's not, he's going to be like, "Oh, God, you're just like everybody." Like, okay, well, yeah. Yeah. This isn't something average. And I think that's what, in her own way, Daryl Hannah or even his mother was trying to get into him before. Like, this isn't for everyone. And it's unreasonable to have that expectation that any woman's going to be just accepting or on board. You have to find a special kind of woman for that. As far as John Child, he's probably going to just be trying to bask in the idea, well, okay, well, now we're out. So now we can go and do and say and have all the things that you were trying to keep me on hush and pause and have me in this room. So what are you doing later? She's like, nothing. I really don't want to go nowhere with you now. I think it's going to be busy before it gets comfortable. I think they have more fights than anything. And then it's like, breakups to makeups. Like, ooh, it's so passionate when we get rid of the makeup and it's just fighting and back and forth. I don't think it's smooth sailing or anything like that at all. Ashley?
I'll be interested to see if their problems stem solely from the media and all of that, or are they just going to be different fundamentally? I'm really, really curious about that. And what made her the one for him? Was it because she was so different? Is it because she studied him and said, let me do the opposite from what all those other girls did? I do hope we get more into the ins and outs of just what the dynamic is going to be like with them now that they're officially locked in together and they've made it official. And now that the public knows, I'm really, really curious. I also, now that we've met her mom and sister, I'm interested on how they're going to take to it, what that meeting is going to be like when he meets the family. And also if Caroline's position stays the same or if it changes over time. That's what I'll be interested in seeing.
I want to see, because I think the expectation would be, okay, we've been together for this long. We are about to get married. Yeah, when are you going to settle? We need a little air. We going to pop out some babies. The pressure is going to be on. She not trying to do none of that. She was just trying to be over here and be cute. be fashionable and be timeless. But you guys, that was the latest episode of Love Story. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Ashley, anything you want to say or share before we get out of here?
No, thank y'all for coming in. Thank you for supporting the live. Thank you for 10K. I appreciate it. Don't forget, Tadira is hosting the Blockbuster Movie Night, the members only Blockbuster Movie Night tomorrow night. And she's got a selection for all of us to watch. So yeah, be there, be square.
Oh, now I remember her looking miserable in every picture. Yeah, that she didn't like her picture taken. Said, baby, this was the wrong place to be if you didn't like your picture taken. I don't know. But I'm going to leave you guys with the choice for Blockbuster Movie Night, and we will see you guys tomorrow with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to have the video, comment down below, and share it with a friend that we talk about love story over here. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.